And we're back. We're live with another episode of the Black Four Horsemen podcast. It's episode 28. Last week I did a solo jump, and we had to. It's all about getting content out there, and appreciate the few people that did view last week. But I'm joined with another horseman this week. Sig, how's it going, man?
Hey man, I'm having old man syndrome, old man
I
problems and issues.
I got your notes that you took a muscle relaxer, so we got to get in, and get out
Yeah,
before you pass out on
I'm
it.
gonna be feeling great in just a minute. I'm hurting, but I'm gonna be feeling alright.
Okay,
Feel like I
okay.
got power bombed. I feel like I know what
Oh
them
yeah.
boys go through now. So
Oh yeah, yeah. Speaking of power bomb, you seen the little video that's been going viral with the husband. The lady, the wife was cleaning up. I guess trying to clean the ceiling fan or whatever. He came, hey, let me help you. He picked her up and had her legs over his shoulder, and he power when she was done, he power bombed on the bed. So that's what he said when you marry a wrestling fan.
yeah,
And,
hey,
yeah.
look, let me try that one. Let me see how it go for you. Tell me how it go.
Oh no
You
no no,
try it.
I'm not doing
Try
that.
it when you
No
get
no
to the
no no
house.
no.
Try it
My
when you
wife
go downstairs.
my wife ain't going with them. Yeah. So let me just post some stuff on social media. Just let everybody know what we're doing.
And why are you doing that? Let me say GTG
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
for the
and for
Tigers.
for those that don't know, we are both reside in Memphis, Tennessee. We are Memphis Tiger fans, both basketball and football. So the men's basketball team, oh yeah, they are tough. They knocked off UConn last night and just knocked out Michigan State maybe less than an hour ago, and they're playing over in the Maui Invitational Classic. So yeah, they were not ranked coming into the season, but they're gonna be ranked after the weekend. Even if they lose in the championship game, which I think is tomorrow,
Well, they
uh, they
should be,
they'll be ranked. Yeah,
but you know how they hate on Penny.
yeah. That's one of the things where you can't really, you don't really know how people are thinking and how they feel about certain things. But yeah, they can't. This is from what I've seen so far. Now there's two games that no, actually is these are two games that have been televised. They played four before that
Hmm.
were legit games. They had two expedition games that didn't count, but those expedition games were against North Carolina and what was the others? Another tough team. But anyway, they were tough. They wasn't no cupcake teams that they were playing. They were tough
Right.
teams, and they even though they lost those games did not count, but they got that experience with it, and that I think that helped them and to play tougher and prevail in the two games that actually did count.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
counted so far. Yeah,
that UNLV game tested them for
that's
real.
that was the other the
Yeah, that was
UNLV
the one. So they play tomorrow at 4
at four. Okay.
on
Uh,
ESPN.
Okay, that's good. I'm funny right before the call, right before we jumped on. I had a missed call from my uncle. I already know what he's calling about because he's a Tiger fan, but he doesn't live in Memphis. And whatever cable package he got, he can't watch ESPN. I'm like, oh, what are you doing? You
What?
need to switch that. So yeah, I don't know what plan he done looped in, but he said they changed something recently. So I'm gonna have to go over there. I'll probably see him Thanksgiving week this weekend anyway for Thanksgiving. So I'll see if I can help him out. But yeah. So we're live again. I've posted on social media, letting everybody know that we're live. So anybody want to jump in on the chat to let us know and join us. But yeah, another interesting week in wrestling. Again, we just got a quick recap on everything going on, and we're gonna start with Friday Night SmackDown. As I mentioned last week when I was about to say, the biggest thing coming into SmackDown was who was gonna be the fifth guy for the OG Bloodline team. And I've been waiting for this moment since they took Paul Heyman out, since the new Bloodline took Paul Heyman out. That, ladies and gentlemen, and we did it. We didn't know when it was going to happen, but it happened last night, Friday night, excuse me. And surprisingly, Paul Heyman came out and basically said it's not going to be 4 against 5. It's going to be 5 against 5, and out walks CM Punk. Um, he was one of the guys that were rumored. I wasn't expecting it to be him, but I was pleasantly surprised. I know there's been mixed reactions out there on the internet, but at least at least he makes sense because he even said it on the show. You can see their mouths moving. He said, "I'm not doing this for you," as he was talking to Roman. I'm doing this for
Right.
him, and he pointed to Heyman. So
And it,
that's really
it, it
interesting.
to me, and somebody said something about Triple H and his long-term storytelling,
Yeah.
and how he was really the original Paul Heyman guy, beside Brock.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. CM Punk, yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you go back to the Hall of Fame speech, and he
Mm-hmm.
kept talking about Punk and my best friend and this and
Mm-hmm.
that, it logically makes
Yeah,
sense.
and the last time we saw CM Punk interact with the new bloodline is that segment where Paul Heyman said, "Can you take me with you?" Telling CM Punk that basically, "I'm scared when you leave. Can you take me with you?" So there was already a
I
connection
forgot
there.
about that one.
Yeah, yeah, that was on SmackDown. So
But I'm gonna tell you, Roman is doing some hellified acting
yeah, oh, yeah,
because
yeah,
his facial expressions
yeah,
take it over the top. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And it's like
Because
this guy
yeah,
getting
even when Punk came out, he was still confused. Like what are you doing here? That type of stuff. In there. Now, what I don't want to see, and that's what people are pointing out on the internet, you never saw Paul Heyman and Roman interact. He was always with CM Punk. He hugged the Usos. He really didn't acknowledge Roman or hug Roman. So I don't know if Paul Heyman feels some type of way.
But if you notice, he looked at Roman. Roman looked at him, and he did this
Okay,
and
uh,
bowed to him. Yeah,
I may
he
have
kind
missed
of
that.
he
I may
did
have
he
missed that.
did
Yeah,
that little bow.
yeah,
You know how he used to do. So
yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I'm interested to see and to know. Did you peep the outfit?
That was going to be my next point. Yes, he
And
had
I
a
and I don't
similar.
know if that's a rib on Solo,
Yeah.
or I don't know.
Or
I don't
yeah,
know.
we don't know because
This
as
could
I've
be
heard
a
before,
it could be
everything
another
counts.
swerve. It could be
Yeah,
another swerve. You never know.
you never know. Ooh, yeah, I don't know, but that was the biggest thing that happened out of
W-
SmackDown. I'm curious to see because War Games is this Sunday or Saturday, this Saturday.
Saturday. Well, we
So
got
yeah,
one more thing that happened.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
We're not
Kevin
done.
Owens,
Yeah, we're not done with SmackDown, but yeah,
Kevin Owens,
Cody
and
Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
Yes,
I'm enjoying
yeah,
that ride. I knew that's what ticked Kevin Owens off,
yeah.
and it makes absolute sense. But what I don't understand is why he went ham on Randy Orton though. So
I think because I think Randy was just in almost like wrong place, wrong time. Like I have issues with Cody. Why you sticking your nose in business with Cody? And he caught a power drive for that. So Randy's gonna be out for a minute. So
and speaking of war games, so question.
mhm.
So being that Bronson Reed is in, Seth been missing for a week.
Mhm.
Does Seth come in,
that
mess up something,
that's what people are talking about. Yeah, he could
throw
be
a monkey wrench in this situation?
because CM Punk also. I mean, Seth also has issues with CM Punk.
And they never
So
have they
they haven't addressed that yet. No, and we already know this. So they even said that could be a knock, almost a heel jab at Seth Rollins because I showed up this time last year at Survivor Series we saw your initial being pissed off that I was here. Now I'm taking this match from you because I'm being involved and not you. But you turned it down, so I can see that even if Seth doesn't get involved at War Games, you can see this setting out that feud because CM Punk can always come around back and say, "Well, I did something you didn't want to do. I went out there and I took care of your problem, Bronson Reed, by getting involved in that War Games match that you didn't want to do." So yeah.
what's up with Jade?
That was good. Look, let's look at my notes. That's what I was gonna come to. So and I thought I could do this. I don't know if I can. I might get in trouble for it. But let's see if I can do
Hey
this.
man, hey, but
Yeah.
I ain't never seen nobody lay there with such grace.
Right. And see, I had a picture of it, and I was
And the
gonna
way
post.
her little leg was cocked over to the side. I said,
Yeah.
"Ooh, Jade,
Yeah.
ooh, Jade."
I have my theories on who did it, and I'm trying to. I want to see if I can do this first, but it's probably not gonna let me. Um, But uh, but yeah, the way she was laying on the car, I personally think it's Charlotte Flair. Charlotte is because Room will be coming back for injury. And I this again, I like the fantasy book. I like to book these ideas in my head. She was on a car, but it was in front of like a little loading dock. So everybody's like, "We got to think about somebody that's big enough to slam her into the car." No, once you're on the loading dock like that, you don't have to slam them. You can kick them hard and they fall back. So if I was booking this, you would see either someone's cell phone footage or video footage camera of just showing a female silhouette kicking Jade off of the landing, off of the loading dock onto the car. And then if we find out maybe a couple weeks later that that figure is Charlotte Flair. That's what I think because that now opens up a spot because Jade was supposed to compete in this United States women's United States title tournament. She's gonna be out of that and she's gonna be out of the War Games match.
And out of
We'll
the
get to
tag team picture too.
right, and we'll get to the War Games match when we talk about Raw because that there's some issues happen there that kind of relates back to this. But I don't now I don't know. I don't think Charlotte will insert herself into this United States title, this women's United States title tournament, only because that's not a title that she necessarily needs. But
Right.
people have pointed out on the internet, anytime a new title is introduced, Charlotte shows up all of a sudden and wants that title. So that's gonna be interesting if she does show up. What? So
Charlotte Flair.
yeah, so I'm interested to see if that happens. Another thing I wanted to point out on SmackDown that I didn't talk to last week is that we got a return from Shinsuke Nakamura. Looks like he's gonna be involved with LA Knight and
I
that
like it.
United States
I like it.
title.
I
Yeah,
like it. Finally
yeah,
utilizing that guy, man,
yeah.
who really didn't get the push I think he should have got.
Right. Yeah, you look at his run in NXT when he's in NXT. Yeah, he's coming up to the main roster. He should have been in the main event picture from the jump, and he hasn't really sniffed that since he's been there.
And
So
it looked like he got a little new look too.
yeah, he's a little darker look. I think I saw a little face paint on him, and I personally, I didn't like the whole spinning hand slap or whatever you did, or spinning kick when he first attacked LA Knight. I need you to blow the green mist in his eyes, and then you can tag him. So that's what I want to see from Sisuke because it could easily happen. He was on the top rope. LA Knight was celebrating. He turned around, blow the mist, and it's a wrap. But no, yeah, it was just a weak attack in my opinion. But before we move on, I mentioned something about the women's U.S. title. So based on the women that are left, who do you think wins that title? The first inaugural winner.
Bianca.
Well, actually, Bianca lost because she had to go help Jade, so she's
That's
out of the
right.
tournament.
That's
She's out of
right.
the tournament.
Um, Kyrie.
Kyrie saying, well, I think she is. I got to look at that. Now, I personally think,
But you know who gonna win?
who's
Chelsea
it?
Green.
Yes, that's who I want to win. I,
Chelsea
I
Green
want
gonna
I
win.
want I want Chelsea to win.
That's who gonna win though.
Yeah,
But that's who gonna win.
yeah,
And the way they setting her up, she's obnoxious. You can't stand her, and
right.
yeah, she gonna win.
So she is that obnoxious heel, but the crowd likes her. I mean, the crowd. I think there is a segment of fans that cheer for her in the crowd, and I think that's why they need to pull the trigger
If
and
they hadn't have given Tiffany Stratton that
that briefcase.
briefcase,
Yeah,
I would have said her.
that's what in perfect spot for her. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have said her. But it's the one. Let me ask you: did Naomi win?
It was never in the match. I know.
It's something off to me about Naomi. I think Naomi about to turn
Well, see that she was one of the people that people were talking on the internet was the one that may have attacked Jade. So, which I
because
don't see why she would have did that.
I
But
don't think it's Bailey. But I'm yeah, but it could be Bailey and Jade. I mean Bailey
and Naomi,
and Naomi
Naomi,
wanting them tag titles because
yeah,
Naomi been
yeah,
riding with Bailey for a while, and she been
yeah,
trying to convince.
that's
I'm
true.
thinking that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I can see that, and that goes back to actually what happens at the end of Monday Night Raw, and we'll get to it. Um, let's see. Well, before we move on to Raw, I think AEW had a pay per view. This is this weekend. Did you
And
see
I
it?
missed it. I
Full
missed it.
gear. Yeah, I
I
missed that. Okay,
missed it.
yeah.
But I did
Wow.
see some highlights.
Yeah, I saw
And
some little clips here and there,
but
and
yeah, but I didn't really get to watch it, so I can't really speak on it. But I
Yeah.
heard. I saw the um, Jungle Boy. I keep calling him Jungle Boy. He gonna always be
Jay
Jungle
Perry,
Boy.
yeah.
He
Jay Perry.
lost.
He lost,
He
yeah.
lost. I saw that. I saw Mox won,
Hmm.
and
Whoever Mercedes wrestled, they said it was a very good match.
really,
Yeah.
they say
I
that
forget who.
Swerve Bobby Lashley match was fire,
Yeah, that's that. If I had watched it, that would have been a match I'd been
and they
interested
said that
in. So
Ricochet match was good too.
yeah, yeah. Ricochet won, and I think was that did Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher. I think they had a banger too. On that,
Ah, they
so
always
yeah,
man.
always
Hey,
yeah.
that
So
Kyle Fletcher, man.
yeah.
I mean that with Osprey, man. That dude just man.
Mhm.
What'd you think about Private Party winning those tag belts?
Well, I didn't realize that as long as they've been there, and it's like 5 years, they never won a tag title. I did not realize that. So I was actually the fact that because you got to think those are two a tag team or two individuals that were there from day one. The day one AEW debut, they've been there, they've been riding
Yeah.
for them. So yeah, it was good for them to get that chance and get that title, get those tag titles. So uh, let's see.
I think that was
Let's look.
really it. I don't think it
Yeah.
was too much going on.
Hmm.
I hadn't been watching NXT lately a lot
Yeah.
since they last little PLE.
Yeah. They
Uh,
go they go
I
Halloween
think it was
Havoc if they last
Halloween
on.
Havoc.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I hadn't really watched them
And I
since.
need to. I see highlights afterwards. I said, I'm gonna go back and watch the show, and just time gets away from me. Don't get a chance to go see it, but
Right,
they doing some good things over there.
right. But
So yeah, let's
My girl Jade Parker though,
yeah,
killing them, killing them. And
yeah,
I didn't know Carmelo was messing with
yeah.
the other chick.
Um, she was the women's North American champion, Kalani Jordan. Yeah, I think she lost that title. I think to somebody, Haley, somebody.
Right, right.
Um,
And then I just found out that Ludwig,
oh
him
yeah, I
and
knew that with
him and
Tiffany
Tiffany,
Stratton.
yeah, I ain't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
I knew that. I've seen interviews with them both on where they talked about their relationship. So yeah, I knew that.
I was like, okay,
Yeah, that's why I say if you look closer, a lot of times I think they purposely try to put superstars that are together on the same show. So that's why I'm
ah
thinking
yeah, ah yeah,
once
okay.
Charlotte comes back, she'll be on SmackDown with Andrade.
So one last thing, what do you think about the Street Profits and the Tommaso Ciampa,
Yeah,
all of that hoopla going on? I wanted the Profits to turn heel, so they done turned Ciampa heel. So I'm like, oh
yeah.
come on, man.
Well, I think eventually they will. Well, I think it's more of an almost like a attitude change to be a little more rough and tough with the Street Profits, not necessarily the full heel. Ciampa is going full heel now. What I would
Yeah.
like also since Ciampa's going, I think they should shock everybody and turn Johnny Gargano as well, and just make them a heel tag team. Because if you don't, you're gonna end up with Ciampa and Gargano again for like the 112th time. So
But I'm thinking they probably want to egg that on and do that at WrestleMania
yeah, because
if
they
they
have
were
not
gonna
they not
do
have
it.
the feud on the main roster. It's always been on NXT. So
If they were gonna do it.
yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Let's see. Let me get back to my stuff. Okay, let's move on over to Monday Night Raw. Um, the show now, surprisingly, what wasn't on TV, well, they showed it later. We have a women's United States title now, and now Raw has a women's Intercontinental title. They introduced that off early, I think before the match, before the show actually started, but then they showed the video package later on where Adam Pearce presented that. That the rumor I'm hearing is the the women's United States title will crown the champion at Saturday night's main event. I think it's at December 6th, I believe. I think the rumor is they're saving the women's intercontinental title championship to be crowned on that first Raw of the New Year that's on Netflix. So it's the fact that they introduced it so late to give you time to do the tournament, and by the time they do Raw on Netflix on January 6th, you'll crown a new women's intercontinental champion. I only know who's in that tournament yet. They haven't put those numbers out there, but I think I've heard people like Shayna Baszler could possibly win that one. Because she's on Raw. Uh, and I think somebody else mentioned Sonya Deville, even though they're in the same faction, same group. So we'll see who um gets that new championship.
That's all right
The
there.
so what's going on with the New Day? Kofi and Xavier Woods, they just gonna go to scrapping because I think they say I think they announced the date for the 10-year anniversary. I think it's next week.
Monday. Yeah.
It's Monday.
It's Monday.
So
It's
yeah.
Monday.
So it's funny
I,
they arguing and damn near cuss each other out, but then they say I see you at the reunion. But
Big E coming back. Big E gonna try
he's gonna have to. He
to
has to
bring it
be
to
like the
bring them back
mediator.
together.
Yeah.
It's gonna work for a minute, but
Well, he
I'm
comes back, and I can see. Well, again, this is what I want to happen. Not saying it will, but he can come back, assuming Big E can't wrestle, and he's just a mouthpiece or just a I don't know a bodyguard. I would not be mad if he sided with Woods, and they basically turned on Kofi. So that I think that could be a different look. You got Xavier Woods as a wrestler. Now he has a muscle as his almost manager. But watching his back, at ringside, let Woods go do his thing. And then I mean
I
Kofi might
love
have to be off TV for a little while, but I think there's a way to push Xavier Woods. So that
but
leaves us.
I'm gonna tell
Good.
you something that I thought was very amusing.
What's that?
Um um Kofi getting up in Wood's face the way he
Oh yeah,
did it.
yeah.
I was like,
The
oh,
way,
okay, Kofi.
yeah, because when he basically said that, basically saying I've been carrying you and you ain't been doing nothing. Then Woods come back and say you wouldn't even be WWE champion without me uh, fighting for you and supporting you. So yeah,
Man, they went back with
man.
the 30-second squat. I
Yeah,
was like,
you
ooh.
fumbled it away with 6 seconds to Brock Lesnar.
I said, ooh,
Yeah, yeah,
ooh.
there's
I
some
love
emotional
the new
jabs.
Raw. I love the new Raw format.
Oh yeah,
That 2 hours, man, they fly by.
oh yeah.
It
And they
flies
showing a lot
by.
of stuff, and they show a lot of stuff behind the scenes that they leaving the ring, and so you can pick up on all those different things too.
But
Yeah,
that LWO, they getting a whole lot of airtime.
yeah. I think it's just yeah, I don't know. They may just be filling us spots because they do have some people on the injury list, so maybe they just put giving people TV time to some other people heal up. I'm
Man,
not sure.
yeah, man, yeah.
So
Who else was? What other match we had on Raw?
let me see
Braun
real
Breaker,
quick.
Braun Breaker,
Brett and Lou versus Cows. So we're just gonna be, and I think they announced it's gonna be a triple threat
triple
match.
threat. Yeah,
If here's the thing, and I said this weeks ago or months ago, if you're going to have Braun Breaker lose, he needs to lose to Sheamus. Go ahead and give Sheamus that Intercontinental title. He can complete his Grand Slam reign because that's the only title he has not won. And then you can move on, either get back to Braun Breaker or move on to somebody else. But
but I like how they put Kaiser in the picture
yeah,
because the guy can work, man.
oh yeah, yeah, he
The
can work.
guy
He can
can
work.
work, and I'm literally they doing something with Gunther.
I was about to bring Gunther up because
They
yeah, it's
doing something. You can see the shift. You can
yeah.
see them turning them. You
He
can see
he's
the
he's starting
slow
he's
turn.
starting to doubt himself. Like he can't beat Damian Priest or something. But yeah,
It's a slow turn. I'm
yeah,
liking it.
yeah,
I'm liking it because they not forcing them down your throat. It's like they just
yeah.
slowly
Slow it down.
kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
Because it's like at first it's like, man, this dude the truth, but it's like now it's like, dang, he is human. You know what I'm
right. Yeah,
saying?
right, right. Yeah. So
He remind me of what is
who's yeah,
Drago on
yeah.
Rocket.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought you were talking about
You remember Drago?
oh yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Where he at anyway?
I thought you yeah. That's what I
Dragonov.
thought. Dragon. He's hurt. I think that's one of
Ah,
the people
okay.
that's injured right now. So we'll see. Well, I don't know what the time frame is on him coming back, but let's see what else. Yeah, that was it because you had Alpha Academy versus New Day, and of course that led to the behind the scene argument and stuff.
I, I
Uh,
I would love to see a traditional Survivor Series match
yeah,
with the Wide Six and the motherfucker. I would
yeah. The
love to
final
see
step,
that.
the
I would
final
have loved
testament.
to seen that, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's too late at this point to be doing it. But speaking of which, because they had a segment too behind behind the scenes, backstage, and I was kind of going in. I think I was just walking around. I saw it, but didn't really pay attention to it. So I did see where I think they went to a commercial break and where Scarlett um, was in her locker room, and then you saw Nikki Cross image in the background. I don't know what happened after that, and I'm sure when they came back from
So
commercial,
they went back outside looking for the
I was looking
Wide
for her.
Six,
Yeah,
and when they came back in the locker room, she was frantic and screaming and
okay, yeah,
fighting Cross and all of
okay,
that. He was like, "Who
okay,
did it?" He was like, "Nikki Cross,"
yeah,
and
okay, okay.
that was
That
it.
was it.
It
That was
wasn't
it.
nothing. Yeah, it
Okay.
wasn't nothing
Because I
crazy.
think I did. Then I think something was written on with like on the window on the mirror with like lipstick.
Yeah,
I didn't read all of it to see it, but I saw highlights of it. So okay, okay, all right. And yeah, and the biggest thing is like I said was the main event of Raw when you had Bianca versus Nia for the advantage of War Games. So um, now Bianca won with the help of Bailey, and now they have the advantage. So now would Bailey be that fifth to take Jay's place in the War Games match? I still wanted it to be Charlotte. Rather, Charlotte was gonna be in the tournament replacing Jay. I wanted Charlotte Flair to replace Jay in the War Games match, but it
they
looks like it's
gave
gonna
the
be Bailey.
nod. They gave the nod to each other, so
Yeah, that's what I said. So it looks
I'm
like it's gonna be
almost
Bailey.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm almost certain.
yeah.
And I knew they was gonna make that reveal tonight because I knew they were gonna make the reveal Friday. So because they ain't want to overshadow the men,
Oh
so
yeah, yeah. But
you know what I'm saying. And so I heard this sit down between Punk and Reigns on Friday. So
oh really? Okay,
yeah,
that's gonna be interesting.
It's a sit down. So that should be interesting. And Fatu
Check
and
it out too. Yes,
and
I
Jay
saw that.
Uso
So that's gonna be the
for their
advantage match
advantage
for
match.
the match.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So that'll be good.
Shout out to Chelsea in the chat. Thank you for subscribing. So we appreciate that.
Appreciate that, Chelsea. We trying to get how many we were trying to get before the holiday?
Hey,
50.
we're 50. I think we only need one other person. I think it was 48 before we started the show. So we're at 48 subscribers. You make 49,
Let me
Chelsea.
go
So
find somebody.
right. Hey, so, hey, just hit that subscribe button. It won't cost you anything.
Let me go
But yeah,
find somebody.
this is just a quick recap show. Is normally when we're full strength, it's usually four of us. But we just wanted to put some content out there for this week. Follow us on our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Twitter, also on Spotify. If you want to listen to the audio version, all under Black Four Horsemen, the name tag. So we are wrapping up because we pretty much covered everything that we need to cover. As Sig said earlier, he need that muscle relaxer kicking in. He need to go ahead and lay it down. So,
It's coming.
but
It's
but
coming.
I wanted to end on one thing, almost like what Ricky does with when he's normally hosting, is that the debate of the day. And now we are in the Thanksgiving season, so it's not really a debate. It's what is a debate. It's more of what's what do you have to have on your plate for Thanksgiving. We already know traditionally it's turkey, but I know a lot of people that don't have turkey on Thanksgiving. They have a different type of meat, but there's sides. There's something that has to be on your plate for you that Thanksgiving meal.
Sweet potato pie.
I dig sweet potato pie. Yes, I dig that. I dig that. Mine is because I don't have it often, but my mom does make it on Thanksgiving, and that's deviled eggs. I could eat a whole trough of deviled eggs if someone made it for me. That's just me personally. But along with the staples, the turkey, whether it's turkey, chicken, the greens, macaroni, cheese, whatever. But if the deviled eggs available, I'm gonna have at least three or four of them on my plate. That's just me.
We doing non-traditional this year, so
Oh,
we
really?
just
Okay.
yeah
Yeah.
we
Well, here's another thing, and I don't I'm not trying to vent or anything, but my mind this whole week was, hey, we're going to mom's house for Thanksgiving. My aunties always said, but then the wife flipped it on me. It was like, well, I wanted to cook for our family, so it looks like the wife may be cooking for Thanksgiving, which she's done before. It's just nothing new. But I just, my brain was thinking of one thing, and then she flipped it up on me. But it'll be fine. It's all good.
we'll
We're
try
going,
this one. I got we usually go. My family usually come over, but my mom had surgery, so we all going to my mom's house,
Okay.
and we're doing non-traditional foods because we want to flip it up,
Yeah.
and so we'll do traditional for Christmas.
Right.
But then my wife said, "Well, I want to do something at the house with the kids," and I'm like,
Right.
I want the traditional," and I'm like, "So who finna cook all
Cook all
this
this. Right.
stuff?"
They would
Oh,
cook all
I'm
this shit.
already out here on the grill with a broke back, so you finna
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah. Yeah.
nah. So we'll see how that go. I'll let you know next week.
Okay. 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 All right. But yeah. So yes, again, it's a quick show. We have 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes now. I think we got everything that we need to cover. So hopefully next week we'll get all the horsemen back in track and be a normal show with the intro and outro. We piecing stuff together just to get the content out there today. So I appreciate those that have watched, those that have subscribed. Again, like I remind you, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And until next week, Four Horsemen, we're out.
Out of here.
Peace.